McFlurry.
And a number of them who never thought they could.
Yes. Because here is UCC. And UCC is kind of difficult. People around the world want to see how she's doing it.
Yes! Hello. So, my name is Cecile. Welcome to the channel. I've got something really sweet for you guys today. I was invited to UCC, University Cape Coast. It is clearly in Cape Coast, Ghana, and it is the number 2 or number 1 university in all of Africa, and they invited me to be on a panel, expert panel, about plants, agroecology, just agribusiness, all of the things. So it was really, really, really cool. Now, so the event is Convergence for Africa, and this was the youth edition. So Convergence for Africa, their focus is agriculture and business and what is the future, you know? And so if we're thinking about the future, it's definitely the kids, and that's why we're at the college. When I think about the future, honestly, all I think about is the children. Hi, Felix. Speaking of the children, it's my baby girl. Oh, what are you doing? Hi, my other children. I can't tell you how special it felt to be invited by Nanette. That is the woman that you'll see doing most of the speaking. She's our host. This is her brainchild, and she's just one of the smartest people I've ever met. So it was really cool getting to see her work. And man, she really just got those kids going. She demanded their engagement, and it was something demanded the engagement. It was something that I hadn't really seen here in Ghana, an adult really forcing the children to speak up, to be heard, to have ideas, to have critical thinking. She pushed it, and I loved it. I was happy to be a part of it. So check it out.
A little background about me. My name is Nanette Etoine, and so when people hear that name, they get confused because I sound like a white person. That's what they say. So in Cape Coast, they refer me as Santini Ba. They don't call me as Santini. They call me as Santini Ba because it's very confusing. So I'm here to share with you that today, you have to know that you're amazing no matter what. Out of all those things that I shared with you, that's what I got out of it. Because I was wondering, why did all this information come to me? And the point was, you have to know you're amazing no matter what. But when you know who you are, then you will go for that dream. One foot in front of the other. One what? One foot in front of the other. So when I move through this world, I'm not afraid to fall. There's a young man in Techiman who said, you know, I have all these great ideas about sustainable farming, and everybody laughs at me when I go back to my town. And I said, listen, you can't throw things on people. You have to spoon feed them little by little.
So I believe that if we are able to change our mindset as individuals, then we can get to know ourselves as you. The same reason for which you are here is very important, that we continue to let people understand the capacity, the potential that they have.
We've made a lot of achievements. We focus on the youth, especially students, faculty, staff, and then the general community. In terms of resources, knowledge sharing, and exposure, this is what we do.
So it's good to see all of you here. I know some of them are students that told me how to be here. Yes, it's a nice. I'll be confident because there's something awesome going to happen. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And I want to make sure when you tell me these problems, that you're not expecting someone else to do it. That's another product of colonialism. We think everybody else needs to do it. And we talk, right? So when you talk, you own the problem. You understand?
Put them together, we take a group picture, okay?
So what? Yeah, they.
No, you're not stupid. That's what I said. If you reach out to a mentor and they say they don't have time, will you die? Okay, so reach out to them until you find a mentor. Right? The role of African youth in owning the future of agriculture. They'll share some of their experience. They'll share some of the answers they've heard to the questions you have, and then we'll give you an opportunity to ask your questions as well. We have Cecile Evans. Cecile Evans is a certified agroecologist, permaculture designer, herbalist, and master gardener. While living in Ghana, she runs a restaurant with her husband called African Connections here in Cape Coast, next to the castle, where you can enjoy vegan and non-vegan options like tacos and burgers. They also serve herbal iced tea with plants grown from her herb garden. So this is a woman, everywhere she travels, her green thumb is expressed. So she's going to share all the work she's done, she's going to share all her experience, and I'm so glad she came. Her mother was the one that said, you need Cecile to come, and I listened to her mother, thank goodness. So please help me welcome Cecile Evans. We have, please help me welcome Dr. Rosamond. God bless you. He's a senior lecturer, Department of Agriculture and Agribusiness at UCC. Please help me welcome Professor Hagen. So we have Dr. Omega, Ministry of Food and Agriculture here today with us. So please help me welcome Dr. Omega. Monica Brown. She came to Techiman and we traveled 15 hours back to Cape Coast. In the US we call this a ride or die. She's my ride or die, right? She has my back all the time, so I just wanted you to give her a round of applause. Wherever there were gaps, she just comes smoothly and fills the gaps. So whoever said black people don't work together is a lie.
My name is Cecile. Before I start, you are incredible, and thank you for this event, for your words. I feel changed. I'm walking out of here with information as well, so God bless and thank you.
I receive it in the name of everybody. Thank you.
So, you know, I've always liked plants. I've always been a garden person, but in America, what I was starting to see is something that they call a food desert. And so that would be a location you would live in and you couldn't find access to any sort of vegetables or nutritious food for miles. Maybe there would be some fast food KFC or something, but nothing of substance. And I realized it's more than a food desert. It is food apartheid. It is very specific to communities of color or people who are living in poverty, not being able to access healthy and fresh food. And you see it in the obesity rate, you see it in the school systems of children who aren't able to even focus enough to educate, to learn. So I took it upon myself to educate myself on food sovereignty. And that is a way that you make food accessible to everyone. And not just the food, but the land you grow the food on, the stores you sell the food inside of, so that all of a sudden it's not just maybe white people with money that have access to whole foods. And so that was my intention in America, and I've taken that same energy and brought it here to Ghana. Because what I realized is the American way of these prepackaged foods, the convenience foods, the biscuits, the cookies, is coming here, and we're losing access to the seeds. What I thought where I was coming to was going to be land of the free, of the plenty, when it came to food and to plants, and it's not. People are still hungry, and I'm trying to wrap my mind around why and do my best to make an impact. And part of that is talking about food sovereignty rather than just agriculture. There's more steps to take than just growing food.
It's why we talk a lot about food insecurity in Africa, how we are struggling, people are not getting food to eat, and so on and so forth.
And that was the first time I said, wow, so all our grandfathers were not poor. And a number of them who never thought they could show interest in that. Some parents didn't punish their children for going to do agriculture. That's for you, I'll punish.
So many things that are innovative that people around the world want to see how she's doing it.
Try making new food products, meet with my team, discuss how it's going and new innovations and where we are going and all of that. So it's all about planning. I would say it's been easy. It hasn't been easy at all.
So, Madam Cecile, so my question for you is, when you're talking about food sovereignty, like I want you to break it down for the youth. What is their responsibility? A lot of people don't understand what food sovereignty is. What are simple things, practical things they can do that aren't way out to support the food sovereignty movement? And please just break down what food sovereignty is.
To me, food sovereignty looks like I have a small boy, he helps me at my shop. I noticed that a diaspora had helped him go to school, and they sent him to school thinking that covering the school fees would be enough. It's not enough. He wasn't eating before going to school. He was getting the free lunch that the school provided while he had a bowl to be able to get the lunch. Once the bowl was gone, he no longer got the lunch. Transportation to school, it's a whole system, right? It's not just the school fees. You need so many things. And so that, when you think about food, think about it like a whole system. It's not just the fee to go to school. I'm going to need so much more. And so for me, what I did for this boy, I make sure he gets his lunch. It's what I can afford to do. I know I can do it, and that's what I do. So his teachers have even said the fact that he is eating every day, they've seen improvement in him. So think about sovereignty like a whole system, where if you're missing one piece, the wheel is not going to turn.
And so this is the example she gave for food sovereignty. It's not just being able to eat, it's also is your neighbor able to eat, right? It's a whole system. So when we talk about food sovereignty, we even talked about how youth are getting ADHD because they're not eating foods that are whole in nature.
Because I don't want to be an American, and whatever that means for me, I'm going to do. I just had to continue. And my husband, he did help me quite a bit, because he would see me in the morning, I'd be getting ready, but then I would sit for a little longer because he could feel my hesitancy. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to feel the stress. And when I finally was able to share that that's what I was dealing with, he just gave me the advice of don't care what they think, oh, it's fine. Like, I just get to work,
And so you see what Dr. Nancy and Cecile said. They had someone around them to get their mind right? Who are you surrounding yourselves with? When you have good people around you, this is what's so important. And so when we talk about designing our lives, when I talk about designing my own life, that's one of the big pieces. I'm surrounding myself with amazingly competent people who love life, who are excited about helping people, who want to share all their gifts with people, and love working with people to do it together, right? So when you're designing your life, think about who you want around you.
You just really reminded me the relationships and the leaving someone better than you found them. My butcher. If I don't, there have been times where I didn't have any money, but I had customers. And and I'm looking at him like, hey, yo, can you front me, 3 pounds of beef? And he's like, yes, madam, of course. See you next week. And that is because every time I see him, I'm greeting him. I care about his day. I care about his family. I'm bringing him cake. I think that has saved me as those relationships.
So these are all the things that build relationship and build that capital. That is like one of the biggest things that a lot of us miss, is that relationship is the most valuable capital you can have in life. Access to land, markets, challenges. So in addition to those challenges, what other challenges are you seeing, and what's happening with policy around those challenges?
So the Feed Ghana program, that's the current policy we have. We used to have planting for food and growth. Then because we have a new government, they said Feed Ghana program. Yam and cassava. Then you come to vegetables, onion, pepper, and tomato. The livestock, poultry, pigs, cattle, sheep, and goats.
Right? You just start from there, but you have to know your mission first. Because when you know your mission, then people will come and help you. But if you don't know your mission and you just want to keep asking them questions and you're not doing anything about the information, you're wasting your time. Cecile and Toby have a YouTube channel. We didn't even talk about that. Talk about your YouTube channel.
Okay. We started a channel when we first started coming to Ghana. It's something that had been in my mind long before Ghana was even an idea. And I didn't push that dream. I didn't do it. And I wish I had, honestly. But either way, we started it. And we have a little over 3,000 subscribers. You probably see a lot of your friends on our video because it's about our life here at Campos. What it's done for us, we get customers that come to the shop because they see us on the YouTube channel. We've gotten jobs. This job I even have right now sitting on this stage is because I have a YouTube channel sharing about what I do. It's a living document. It's a living resume. Little by little, but it can become very big.
Thank you.
They don't believe that they cannot hear. That's how we are trained. To be timid, we face them to ask questions. That is how we are trained. People are walking about reading obituaries. They are looking at where the person was working before. So some people see obituaries and do this. There is a job opportunity. Is that not it? Yeah. So don't think everybody is happy with what you are doing.
So thank you all so much. Let's give the speakers a round of applause. Please make sure you get their contact. So now we'll go and get lunch. So please, if you all can get outside, we'll get lunch, eat for a little bit, then we'll come back.
Wave to the camera.
Like this, I found myself in Accra in the midst of people talking about tourism. And now there's this new thing that is all over the place, agro-tourism. Yeah. How you can bring diasporas of people coming to Ghana to know about the agri sector.
Just like you're saying, the value chain is quite wide, from inputs to table to composting, all of those marketing, value addition, just like I've mentioned. There is definitely something that you can do with the skill that you have.
Make impact in my community. I wanted to help children around through education and also improve nutrition.
We actually come up with a solution. Each year, the number of obesity increases, and we always talk about fighting malnutrition in the rural communities. Meanwhile, data shows that 40% of individuals in urban communities suffer a higher risk of hypertension, diabetes, and other non-communicable diseases because of what we eat. We eat indomie for breakfast, lunch, and supper.
That shouldn't be the case. Let's be opportunity conscious and trust me. It will take you to places that you need experts that you need. Thanks.
Thank you so much. So now I want us to give our final remarks. But each of you, in your final remark, I want you to talk about how you use your time, because I think that's the main problem with youth when it comes to having these ideas and actually bringing them to life. So your final comments, please talk about time management. How do you see yourself using time differently from most youth? And then your final comment and advice.
So I just want to tell everyone out there that whatever you want to do, if you want to bring, innovate something within the agriculture value chain, anyhow you see it, Just take your time and plan it, and trust me, whatever you set your mind to do, you definitely do it. Thank you.
If you think you don't know it, yes, we all don't know it also. Ask for help, like I keep saying. Ask for help, and you know how to apply your skill to the agricultural value chain, and you make something great. Yeah. Thank you.
Sometimes you would feel like maybe I should just stop, but then you should have something driving you, and in your circle, you should have people who support you, who give you those words of encouragement to still go on, and also your impact is something that can drive you to keep on your integration journey.
Yeah, thank you.
So let's apply what we've learned in school in agriculture. Let's not be scared to get our hands dirty, and success awaits us all. Thank you.
If we're able to do that, how then do we multitask? Because here is UCC, and UCC is kind of difficult. So how then do we multitask? You work a little, you go for lectures a little, and all that.
Something that I actually shared on my LinkedIn yesterday, that most of the time people see entrepreneurship as a second option, something that you do when you don't get your dream job after school. And then we also have a lot of parents forcing their children to get into named jobs like being teachers, doctors. Like, you have to be going into an institution in the morning for it to look like you are working, but that is not the truth.
When we go into somewhere, that's when people consider we're working. Those people who think you're not working because you have a business, you can't take their calls until you're off of work, right? So that's one time management piece that's very important, because if you allow people to treat you like you don't have a real business, then your business will go down. But if you treat the business like a business and you take people's calls outside of business, when you know it's not about business, then you're treating your business properly. So you made a great point about time management.
So some of you can stand here as well. Yes. Deep down as well. Converge for Africa!
Yes, thank you, Monica! Woo!
So I wanted to give a big thank you to all of you for coming. I wanted to thank you for helping us put this together and do it.
This cute little flower is called a Thumbergia. It doesn't really have a fragrance, but the way it can grow is either as a bush or a vine. And look, it matches my dress. My mom said I should take a photo in front of it.
You're a Thumbergia.
Thumbergia. I've decided I'm a cutie patootie who can be a baddie when she wants to. All right, folks, that's the end of the show. I'm glad you were here watching with us. Don't forget, we're on the road to 5K. I know I haven't mentioned it in a while, but we are. I see y'all, you're subscribing, you're liking, you're commenting, so keep it coming, keep it coming. The algorithm is appreciating you, and so are the Evans. We'll see you next week. Bye.
That's good.